guys, what's going on? It's GIGA here. We just found out that they released the Ultimate Team trailer for FIFA 23, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at it. This is my first time watching it, and yeah, let's jump into it.
Hello everyone, we're here with our Ultimate Team producers to give us
So,
special
actually,
presentation on
we're gonna go back afterwards.
in FIFA 23. All right, over to you, team.
Thanks, Derek. We are here with Richard and Aslan from the development team to talk about everything new in Ultimate Team.
FUT
So,
moments,
Aslan, let's start
chemistry,
with you. What are you
crossplay,
most excited about
World
with
Cup.
FIFA Ultimate Team this year?
You know, there's no question it has to be FUT moments. It's our brand new mode. It's going to give players a new way to play, a new way to earn rewards, and it's totally different from anything we've done before.
Huh.
Single player, fast, fun, bite-sized scenarios with a ton of variety and unique challenges.
Bite size, so that means that we can play certain scenarios within a match, like the 75th minute?
You got it. So it's going to be short gameplay sessions. It could be scoring a free kick. It could be completing a comeback.
That's kind of sick.
There's only 10 minutes to go. But we'll also have crazier ones, you know, things like...
Okay, don't look at the defense.
Without completing a single pass, without losing possession, we can do all kinds of fun stuff that is just really different from our other modes.
Does
Okay.
that mean that we can recreate matches and scenarios that we've seen in real life over the weekend?
You know, we're going to have a mix, right? So some moments will be inspired by real life, recreating that banger from the weekend, that goal from Son with a finesse shot from outside the box. But we'll also have more unique and creative ones that really just are very distinct and different from how you play in other modes in FUT. So there's going to be a lot of variety and a lot of fun ways to play in moments.
Now, what exactly do you
Just
get
look at the stars, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so when you're completing moments, I think the most important thing is that you get to set your own difficulty level. So based off your difficulty level, we're going to give you stars as a reward. So stars are a brand new reward type to Ultimate Team this year. So you're going to be able to redeem them in the Moments Reward Gallery. But you're gonna
What did I
always have
say?
new rewards for you to be looking out for.
Go look at my other video.
Your stars for. But your stars will never go away. So it's up to you if you want to spend them as you earn them or if you want to save them up for something special.
So is it a system that comes in seasons for moments?
Yeah, so there's going to be a mix of content. We're going to have a lot that's going to be available right from launch, and then we're also going to have some seasonal content that's going to come and go. Some might be up for a few days, some might be up for a month.
Now, this is really
I like the
interesting
pack
because some
animation.
people might come home, play FIFA, but they don't have enough time to play a full match. So this is like, yeah, like you said, bite-sized.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite parts about it is that if I have a few minutes free, now I can jump into Ultimate Team and I can make progress. I can practice my free kicks, I can practice dribbling, or I can just try out a scenario and see how that goes.
So what I'm really excited about
I like
are
it.
the new changes I've been hearing to chemistry. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, I think this is one of the biggest changes we've ever made. In 23, we're totally overhauling chemistry, and you'll have more variety than ever in how you build your squad.
Here we
So
go.
we focused on making it more authentic with how we're doing positioning, more intuitive with how your players are going to link on the pitch, and really just enabling a lot more experimentation and variety when it comes to building your squad.
Now, one thing I noticed about this screen is that there are no chem lines.
Yeah, that's right. So positional links are gone. Players can now link across the entire pitch. Your
Huh.
left back and your right back are linked. Your goalkeeper and your striker. If we look at Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, for example, this is an iconic duo, a real threat in the Premier League. In 23, they can now build chemistry towards each other. And the same thing works when you're building hybrid squads. You'll be able to link
That's sick.
let's say Mbappe with your defenders from PSG or France or Ligue 1. So there's a lot more options now when it comes to building interesting squads with more variety instead of having to rely on neighboring links and green links.
So I'm noticing that every player has 3 diamonds on them. Does that represent the chemistry?
Yeah, so players can now have between 0 and 3 chemistry, 0 being the minimum and 3 being the maximum.
So one thing I also see on this screen
Okay.
is the left panel. Does that help you figure out how much chem you're getting for each player?
Yeah, so this will be your reference point for how you build chemistry. Each nation, each club, each league in your squad will be represented in this left panel, and you'll build chemistry towards the thresholds for each of these.
And it actually shows you when it gets better or worse, like green and
Start working
red.
towards these thresholds and unlock chemistry for that nation, league, or club.
So are there any changes to positioning?
The first big change is that most players will have a secondary position. And the secondary position is based off of where they play in the real world.
So let's take João Cancelo, for example. Sometimes he plays at left back for Man City, and then other weekends he plays at right back. So he'll have a secondary position.
So I think that's the perfect example. For the first time, you can now position change from the left side to the right side of the pitch, or vice versa.
Thank you.
Cancelo could switch from being a right back to being a left back in your squad. And it's also a really cool way that we can differentiate unique players. So Cancelo, based on what he does in real life for City, you can now reflect that in-game as well.
So can players have more than one alternate position?
This is so good.
Yeah, so players can have up to 3 secondary positions, and most will have at least one. If a player is out of position, they will always have 0 chemistry. And at 0 chemistry, there are no more negative attributes.
So it's just they don't get a
Play at
boost.
least as good as their base stats.
Okay.
So already you've got a lot more options for trying out players without having to rework your entire squad.
So now let's talk about icons and heroes. How do they help with the chemistry of the team?
So icons and heroes always give a unique benefit to your team, and that's not changing with 23. Icons and heroes, as long as they're in the right position, will always be at full chemistry. On top of that, icons will count as 2 players towards their nation, and heroes will count as 2 players towards their league. If you play an icon or hero out of position, they're going to be at 0 chemistry. Now remember, at 0 chem, players won't have negative attributes, so they're always going to play at least as good as their base stats. So you can try out icons and heroes out of position if you just want to see what they play like in that squad.
So everybody's been talking about crossplay.
I'm going to need to look at that more.
How is that going to affect FIFA Ultimate Team?
So what that means for us is that we're adding crossplay to all of our 1 versus 1 modes. So if you're playing on the same generation of consoles as someone, you're going to be able to match up with them. So that means our PlayStation and our Xbox users are finally going to get to battle head to head. What that also
All
means
good.
is that we're introducing crossplay to our friendlies modes as well.
All
So if you have
good.
friends and you want a bit of a friendly competition from platform to platform, you're going to be able to do that now.
And what does that mean for the transfer market?
We have
It'll-
one global transfer
yeah.
market for most players. So if you're a FUT trader, you should pay attention to this because it means there's going to be more content for you to play with and more people who are going to be competing on the transfer market as well.
So in terms of draft, FUT champions, and rivals, will that be crossplay as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So all of our 1 versus 1 head-to-head modes are going to be crossplay.
On top of that, we're also adding global leaderboards. So for the first time in Rivals, you're going to look at the Elite Division and see players from other platforms
like
to
it.
compete for that #1 spot. But you can also toggle it to only look at your platform leaderboard as well.
So I'll be honest, one thing I love doing is spending time customizing. Is there anything new? When
Said no one ever.
Upgrades across the board, Shu. So your stadium's going to have a new roof for tier 1, 2, and 3. We've got new animated pitch trophies that look awesome. We've got new animated tifos as well. So how you can customize and show off your stadium is going to look so much better in FIFA 23.
So it's a World Cup year. Is there
Yeah,
anything coming
sure.
for FUT?
We are going to have the World Cup in FUT this year, but I can't really say anything else, so stay tuned.
Okay.
Well,
know.
I mean, hey, you can't get everything you want, but we did get a lot of great
Oh,
new
that was a cool
details
move.
on FIFA Ultimate Team and FIFA 23. We heard about the brand new mode, FUT Moments, a brand new chemistry system that's going to redefine the way we play Ultimate Team, cross-play functionality, and of course, visual customization that is going to make your stadium look incredible. Aslan, Richard, it's been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to FIFA 23. And back to you, Derek.
Cheers, everyone. Stuart and I will make sure we provide the perfect chemistry off the pitch all season long.
Alright, so there's obviously a lot to unpack, and I won't go through all of it right now, but honestly, at least in my opinion, I feel like these are huge dubs. So going back to how they kind of described everything, this moments thing, if you guys haven't seen it, my first reaction video to, it was like the game modes or something like that to FUT 23, I noticed that they had these stars there, and I hadn't seen anyone talking about the stars, and so I was wondering what these stars were for. And originally I thought it was something that had to do with like tokens, so like how we have the swap tokens right now. I thought it was something along those lines, but really what it ends up being is this thing, which is similar in the sense, but it is a currency, obviously, and then it seems like you can go ahead and get cool stuff with it. I really like it. I think it's cool that they make it so that you can only spend 5 or 10 minutes on it at a time, and then you just kind of go from there. But I don't know. I feel like people don't really log on to FUT just to play for 10 minutes at a time. You know, maybe that's just me. But maybe that's the point. Maybe they're doing that so that you can do that. Additionally, going back to, what was it? No, this is still the moments. The chemistry thing, I gotta look at this more. I think from the face value of it, I think it looks cool. I think it's great that you don't have the lines anymore. I kind of liked the puzzling of the lines, but I think it means that there's a lot more variability that you can go along with it, and I don't know. I think that it's interesting. We'll have to see how it works with like actual players and whatnot. So you know, we'll have to check it out. But the only other thing that they really said was that there's crossplay, right? Oh, and that you can switch the sides. That's like 10 out of 10. Glad that's in there. Icons, I still don't really understand. We'll get there. Crossplay, I think, is going to be good. I'll be interested to see what they mean in terms of like FUT rewards, like champs rewards, because they didn't come out with anything like that. So hopefully those are revamped. I liked how they changed things this year, but you know, I think it needs work. Because it certainly wasn't good. It was nice that they changed it, but it needs to be better. And then customization, it's like cool, but like here's the thing, right? So in Fortnite, in all these like, you know, FPS games and stuff like that, the skins make a difference because you are actively looking at them and seeing it, and it like makes a difference. I feel like the equivalent, or even like in Rocket League, you know, I think the difference in that would be if they were doing like, if you had certain goal celebrations, or like when you scored a goal, like the crowd would stand up or something like that. Or, you know, right now they're talking about like the horse noise or something like that. I think that gets the right idea going, but it's not quite there. Like they need to make it interesting. They need to make it so that like you can do the Ronaldo, you know, sound, or you can do like, I don't know what a very notable sound is in the world. But like, you know, something that revolves around soccer, like, you know, even if you said like Dino or something like that, who knows? It would just be cool if they had specific player names, or like if you could even, I mean, it would be bad if you could make your own words and stuff. People would abuse that for sure. So anyway, regardless, I think that all these are good. I think that this is all moving in a good direction, whether how big or how small. The chemistry one is the one that we're going to have to wait and see. I think this is a big change to things, and so I don't think we'll really understand what that means for us until we actually play with it and see how it goes. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm happy to talk about all this. Obviously, you can put in the comments down there. And we're going to keep rolling out with this sort of stuff, so make sure you keep checking back. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your week. Get ready for the weekend, guys.